Everything is already done. I'm going to recreate it for the tutorial. I like to cut out my figures from a snapshot of the original and place them on the paper or canvas. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Whoops, sometimes it's a little difficult when you're trying to do a video at the same time. So just bear with me a little bit. So I start by running a sketch across just to give a placement a little bit here. It's not going to be perfect because I usually need two hands for this. So the idea is that I just get it in place just so it feels the same as the original a little bit. So these figures aren't going to be visible, and then it just helps them with placement. See a printout of the upper layer, the flowers. Now all I need for this recreation is just a general position of where I'm going to put the flowers, only because this is another copy basically of the same artwork. Now I've got to do a little blocking, and so this is real light and dark painting, so what I'm going to be looking for is the offset. I'm going to want a bright area here, and I'm going to want these as the darkest, and in between are going to be the same colors. So because it's predominantly what looks like a black and white artwork with some silver in it. It's not, which I'll show you in a couple of stills here in a minute. So hang in there. Most people don't know this, but the eye interprets a lot more than we know, and then tells our brain how to see it. And so in art, I use a lot of underpainting, which in the long run you don't see. You'll notice from the video as a whole, you don't see any of this yellow. And that's part of the idea of underpainting, is that you don't actually see it. This is just a simple craft paint that I'm working with at the moment, just because I like to do these videos with craft paint. I usually use gouache, but this stuff's great for studies. So I want the artwork to have a feeling of a sunset, but I'm not painting a sunset. Add in a little bit, just more of an apricot color with the yellow. Yes, I know this doesn't make any sense if this is going to be a dark painting that seems to have no color. But it does, because your eye sees it, your brain sees it, and it's interpreted a certain way. It may not be a conscious understanding that it's there, but it's more attractive and it feels like something's there. And people who are looking for more color in an artwork, if they're going to buy it, are going to be more attracted to this, even though they don't consciously know that it's there. The eye sees it, the brain interprets it, and it just does more for the artwork overall. Okay, so of course there are going to be flowers here, and flowers out in the world have a green feel to them because they're alive and breathe in air and that type of thing. So the artwork has to have a feeling that the flowers are actually alive, even if I'm painting with dark colors. In this case, I actually will be using black and white, although the original does not have any black and white in it. In this case, I'm going to do that just to change it up a little bit. Now let's put a little bit more green in, because flowers have stems. So as you can see, it's still the same painting, but it's not. There's like two paintings in one. Okay, so one of the many tricks to having something really bright white show in an artwork is to actually do it in layers and not use white first. So in this case, I'm using an antique white to start with, which will give me the foundation for the white spot in the artwork. So then I've got to bring it down. Yes, I'm covering right over the yellow. Just because it looks like I'm hiding it doesn't mean it actually is. For some reason, or for scientific reasons, not just any reason, the eye can see the layers. It's more of a subconscious state. It gives it more of a 3D feel. Sometimes not a lot, but just enough. And the eye and the brain together can fool the consciousness into seeing something that is completely different than it actually is. I love art and I love science, and I really enjoy what I do. And I love teaching other people about it, so pay attention. So as you can see, I'm just going to have some stringiness coming across. If you look at the original. And so I need the foundation for that to be built in. And yes, you cannot see my two fingers at all. I can at this stage. But now I've got enough cream in so I can start laying in some bright white. And then there's going to be a real contrast that the eye will see, not necessarily you specifically emotionally, because we actually miss things based on our experiences in life. I know, amazing, huh? Okay.